What would you do if you were walking through a crowded marketplace, an electronics marketplace in India, and someone tried to sell you a computer for only $12? I didn't buy it. I had to live in India for almost a year before I discovered two things. First of all, this is a real computer, and two, if you bargain, you can probably buy one for only 10 bucks. These computers are actually sold all around the world, in developing countries like Nicaragua and Pakistan. And if you aren't familiar with them, it's probably because you aren't shopping in markets like this. How can a computer only cost $12? Well, first of all, it uses an existing television as a screen, which is brilliant considering that more of the urban poor in India have access to televisions in their home than tap water. But the real reason this computer is so affordable is because it's based on the 8-bit 6502 microchip originally popularized with the Apple II computer, BBC Micro, and the Nintendo Entertainment System. You see, after a period of time, patents expire, and so this computer is effectively in the public domain. Combine this with massive competition with different Chinese manufacturers, and we're left with a computer that can be afforded by the emerging middle class, those who make between $2 to $10 a day. So I originally came across this computer when I was living in India, working for Qualcomm on a project called Mobile Phone as First Computer. I was doing ethnographic design research on innovative uses of mobile phones in urban and rural contexts, and I was very inspired by the work, and I decided to stay in India and teach a course remotely to students at UC San Diego. You can see us in Skype there. And I bought this computer because I thought it would make an interesting class discussion. When I first turned it on, I wasn't sure whether to be disappointed or amazed. It does have this impressive mouse-driven interface, and within a few clicks, you can be composing 8-bit music or even learning to program in BASIC. But most of the software was pretty low quality, hodgepodge of typing games and 8-bit karaoke, anyone? But when I thought of my own experience with 8-bit educational games, it was actually very rich. Carmen Sandiego, Oregon Trail, Maniac Mansion, Number Munchers. These are all great games. It occurred to me that if this platform had just a few decent games and just one good typing game, it could be economically transformative. Because touch typing is a skill that can make the difference between earning $1 a day as an urban laborer or $1 an hour as a back office worker. So the reason there aren't good learning games on this computer is because the companies that make them are primarily concerned with keeping costs down, not educating kids. They don't have the margins to invest in designing and researching effective learning games. And that's exactly why we created Playpower.org. We're a global open source community. We're made up of learning scientists, 8-bit hackers, volunteer designers. We just received a generous MacArthur Foundation support to create an easy-to-use software development kit, which we are introducing to developers around the world so that we can have some regional 8-bit game creation. This last bit is something where I'm going to ask explicitly for a little help because I don't know many IP lawyers. We are looking to move into some uncharted territory by trying to license some of that 8-bit abandonware software that I showed you before. It no longer has any commercial value, but it would be incredibly valuable for our project. So finally, our distribution network. How are we going to get these out there? We're just giving the software away to the different manufacturers so they can bundle it instead of the 8-bit karaoke. We've talked with a number of them. They're excited about this free R&D. They asked if we had any content in Arabic because they've got a lot of Middle Eastern buyers. And so through this market intervention model, we'd be able to leverage the existing low-cost manufacturing base and, more importantly, the global informal distribution networks that's already bringing these computers to developing countries around the world where bottom-of-the-pyramid consumers are already buying them. So obviously, 8-bit computers are just the beginning. More powerful computers will reach this radically affordable price point. That's why we're trying to be there even on mobile phone platforms. That's what I'm working on now, in addition to this at Carnegie Mellon. Please be in touch. There's so many ways to help. Thank you.